Yar, yar. Alright, chat's up running. Good, good. Welcome back, everybody, to another glorious afternoon of Minecraft. If you hear a kid crying in the background, that is my daughter's project for child development. It's one of those real alive babies, which are real annoying. She wasn't even this annoying as this thing is. So, that being said, if you hear that, I'll be taking care of it so that she can get at least 4 hours down because she's been awake with it all night and all day. And she's got school in the morning. So, I have taken the babysitter bracelet and told her to go take a nap. That being said, today is the 22nd of January, which means it's our cotton anniversary for Twitch. As an anniversary gift for myself, I'm going to go over and go through my screenshot folder. That'll go over and document the last 2 years of what I've been doing on Twitch. So, yep. This is going to be more of an anniversary stream along with running around the castle. Let's get that set up. Full screen that. And share screen. And share within the screen, within a screen, within a screen. There we go. So as you can see by the date in the corner here, this is from February of 21. I started streaming in January of 21. This is the first time I made the King's Burial Chamber underneath the castle that I had built at the time. So the castle I'd built at the time was broke up into 4 quadrants. It was 250 squares by 250 squares. It was ginormous. So I broke it into 4 separate different quadrants. Each quadrant had its own theme. This one was my Mayan temple theme. What's unique about this one is this is hollow. The village is on the inside. So they went through the doors here to get into where the village was. And it had a lake at the top with a column of water going to the center. That's where the farming area was. And then you had water cascading down to the little trough around that. It was an interesting build to go over and figure out. That's with a different shader. I chose this style because it had the river running through this corner of the castle. Ah, yes. In the center of the castle, I had a large mage tower. And off the tower is where I had the well ship. Of course, he's going to fuss now. Alright, little bud, what do you want this time? Want more food? Nope, don't want food. Oh, let's probably see a diaper then. Come here, you. Ah, yeah, you're gonna be annoying. That one's off. Get your butt up. Yeah, you like that, huh? There you go. And then we'll go over and put the blanket back over you. There you go. Now just be fat, dumb, and happy and just stay there. And we'll document that. Let's see. 1957. Diaper. Fabulous. Back to chat. So yeah, you make that look easy. Yeah, because I've raised already 2 of them. So this is modeled after the whale ship from my D&D campaign back in 2001. Yeah. I think it was version 2.5. it's either 2.5 or 3. It introduced a space campaign, and I got the luck of the role of being the captain, and I got to choose from the ships that were available. Well, one of them is the whale ship. It's a gigantic whale, and the nose is an extreme hard point, which I hardened even more, and I used that to my advantage to just ram the other ships. A little hard to destroy me when I'm just, basically using a shield and going right at you. It also had a rather large cargo hold area. So after basically snapping the ship in half, we would then salvage the ship and sell it for pieces. It was a very nice campaign. So out of giggles, I found the D&D map out of the book and then converted that to Minecraft and made it. That thing is huge. This is on multiple stacks of blocks to get very close to the same level that thing is. So each floor is 3 blocks high. So it's 3 blocks high here, then 3 here, and it just is, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4, and along with the observation deck on the top. The only thing that I couldn't really put together was the ginormous laser cannon that I had on top here, also forward facing. So, but yeah, you can see how it's each quadrant of the actual castle itself with the mage tower in the center. This is when I figured out how to make a dad tower. We had a lot of people that were just jumping into the game and then dying because their character couldn't find anywhere to go over and hide for the night. So I'm like, I'll just make one of these, a little dad fort. It's hilarious because I would do the white letterings on top. So from the ground, it looks like a fort, just rounded on either end. But if you do a map, you find the word dad on the map. This was a request of mine. Somebody asked me to make them a sandcastle. So I made them a castle out of sand. The corner blocks here is the sandstone, but everything else is actual sand blocks. So yes, it just, if you hit the wall there, it'll collapse. And of course, I think this was Sarge. Heard that I was making a sandcastle, so he made a sandcastle. This is just a little more ornate than mine was. I came over his place, I'm like, that's real impressive. Yes, the inside of the mage tower. But this was a small mage tower that I made off to the side of the sandcastle. So made the walkway from the sandcastle all the way up to the mage tower. Must have looked like during the day, and I'm like, that's kind of bland. So, like I said, sandcastle to there. I went back and added sparkle effects. This is when they're helping them make a moon base. They wanted a moon base, so we literally made a base, multiple layers, that looked like a moon. With a crescent moon shape, that being the water. More of a war castle? Yeah, I agree. Oh, what do you want this time, kid? Yeah. I'm here. Alright. You want more food? Yep, you want more food. Alright. Cool. See, the trick is with babies, you go over and figure out what they want, make them comfortable, and if they want a bottle, put them in a rocker, slap a towel across, and put the bottle in their mouth. Use the towel to cradle the bottle, and from there, all you gotta do is rock the kid, and they'll be fat, dumb, and happy until the bottle's done. Just a moment, got to document this. The teacher's like, I ever want to know every single time. It's got a sensor on the inside. It makes a timestamp of when this happened. And as long as your log matches their log, you get credit. I'm being the good grandpa and watching the kids so my daughter can sleep. Food. Alright, back to the chat roll. Alright, so yeah, that's the moon base. When we got done, I'm like, that's kind of bland looking. So, I mean, it was still impressive. Went back and added craters to it. I thought that was pretty impressive. Using the different dried coral and gravel along with diorite. Say not diorite, but andesite. Makes it look like it's all actual moon surface. Basically, I took any block that was gray and mixed them together. Ah, yes. First time making the actual lighthouse. I've done the actual lighthouse tower, but this is the first time I incorporated adding the house onto the side. This is another mage tower I made in creative on the Wabbit server, if and when we get that up and going again. That is the mage tower that I designed that looks like the levitation spell went a little bit too far. So after I went over and built that, yeah, that's the old outside, I then went back and did the stairway on the inside to where the stairs are still separated. Oh, the bottle fell down. Here, let's get that situated again. There we go. Rock the kid. Well, on the Wabbit server, they have updated the main survival to 119 119.2, but the creative server they've yet to update that portion of the server. That's why when you log in, you're at the hub, and the hub used to have 4 different locations: one for heights, one for events, one for the creative, which is this, and one for survival. Right now, they only have the survival up and running. So the creative is still there. They just haven't updated that, so we can go over and log back into it again, which I've asked for because a lot of my templates are in my creative plot. So if I didn't have my pictures like I do here, I would have been SOL. This is the first time I made a airship. Trying to figure out how to go over and make it actually work. This is before they designed the chains, so I was using iron rail. So this is a smash together of the ships that you find in Minecraft, along with a simplifying of it to make it smaller. Come on, kid, you're just being annoying. It can eat up to 30 minutes, which in real life, that'd be 2 bottles. Oh. You can see some of my 8-bit art down in the corner there. The butterfly, the rabbit, yin yang, and of course my fish. Yeah, this is where I found different wrecks and just explored, mapped out, figured out just how it generates them. This is my different corner designs for the castle or castle walls until I figured out which one I want to actually go with. I actually prefer the rounded one that's here. So a lot of my castle walls go with that style. But I also have like the square corner of the castle keep is based off of this. So that's the template on how to actually make the castle walls. Yeah, that's it. Giggle. Good, you're done with that. Sweet. Put that off to the side. And now we'll go over and leave the kid alone. Hopefully it leaves me alone. We'll see what happens. And I just gotta log back to there. No, back to there. And that was to 2008. All right. Save that. All right. Now we'll get back to what we're doing. Here's the template for my sentries. That way I know I played with this a while to figure out just what stones to go over and use to make it look the way I want it to. Oh no, it's crying again. All right. You want more food? Nope. It's grunting, which means it needs to be rocked. Which is basically the same as burping the kid. All right. So the conical rings here, this is the entrance into and just how big I wanted to go over and actually make the chamber itself. So I figured that from the center point here, if I want the sentries to be this far away from the wall itself, this is the arc for the chamber. There's the dead fort again, showing the actual crenellations and how I wanted to lay those out. How many blocks for each side for the base of my, that's for the lighthouse. Ah yes, the base template for building the castle keep. Just how big I actually want it to be. So it's 3 blocks between each one of those. Work my way all the way around, along with the staircase leading down and leading up. Entrance thereof. This is my storage area under the last castle, not the current castle that I'm working on. Yes, Sir Julie, one of his unicorns. So this would be on the new map. So this is the map that we're currently playing on. And this is when I was exploring to find out where I wanted to build my castle. So this is, I think, day 2 on the server. And Sir Julie had already claimed that cavern area down there, and he's like, claim it by putting a unicorn. That's his unicorn. Back to the map before the one we're playing now. So that was us testing for the 19.2. So this is still 18.3 or 18.6. So this is the castle that had built. I was doing pretty good. I built the castle entrance here, and on the left, somebody decided to go over and take all the land right up to my castle wall that I had built so far. I was in the process of building to the left, so he negated my ability to go that way. And then my little brother went over and claimed the land just to the right of my castle on the other side of the moat, which is here. So that hemmed in my castle. Made it to where it's small and narrow. This is the remake of the King's Burial Chamber, but I made it small. Figured out I don't like it small, but don't know until you build. So this is the second time. Yeah, second time building the cathedral. And this was my third time making that was the Castle Keep. So Castle Keep, third time, second time on that. That just looked funny one day. Didn't know I had portals in the game, but obviously the cat found one. Ah, yes. This was the village outside of my castle at 1.18 when we tried just updating that map straight to 1.9, that whole cave and cliffs edition. As you can see, everywhere it tried to go over and build a cavern, it became a null state and it deleted the land, top to bottom. If you look down, there is no base rock at all. You fall to your death. This is the test we call Swiss cheese. It did not work out at all. That's when we decided that we're just going to have to reboot, reset the entire map, start from scratch. So while they still continue working on that, I continued playing with the castle here. This is the first time I built the Jack of all trade hall. It's a gigantic C, but as how I figured out where I was going to place all of the different trades and blocks. I also experimented with different villager huts. And the first time I built the actual inn. The AFK Tavern and Inn. And then I built the meeting hall. Built it this way. I'm like, this is nice, large, but the wooden post supports. Yes, it looks like a Viking Great Hall, but it seemed to go over there and actually break up the full inside. So modified it for the current castle. Still kept the central flue for the actual fire. Like the way that turned out. This is where I moved it towards attached to the throne room to go over and see how it looks. And as I see that's where I meant the wood colonnades sort of break up that entire thing. That's when I built one of the dad forts between that castle and my neighbor's castle. I just did brick road, straight line. Built the fort halfway between his place and mine. So if you left my castle right at sunrise, you would get here at sunset. And then you left here at sunset, you get to his place right or vice versa. You get there, leave here, you get his place right at sunset. There's a pretty good distance between our two places. But as you can see, that would make the word dad on a map. Ah, yes. So from the spawn point looking at the castle, you got my sentries at the front gate. And you can see how I had basically everything crammed together in one small space. But this is when I built the sky tower the first time. I tried a different way of building it this time, and I think I like this style better. So if I remake it again, I'll make it this way. As you see, he went over and built one of the massive things. He was going for a mansion, and that's as far as he got. And he just stopped. One of the problems with the server is a lot of people come in, they play, and then they leave. It's kind of disappointing. This is when somebody asked me to make them a mage tower. This is when I was making the warped wood, doing the spiral. I built it on top of a mountaintop for him. A goat, of course, had to get in the shot for when I was taking pictures. It was not there whenever I pressed F1 to take the items down. By the time I hit 12, F12 is there. Good. Kids happy. All right. So that went all the way to 2018. Yay. All right. So his house is like right over here. So I helped him get a. Told him I'll set down a walkway. So this is literally a zigzag. So stair comes up, stair comes up, stair comes up to get across the top to a walkway that goes all the way up to the tower. Yep, zigzag stairs. So that's him making his house right there. And he later made stairs that came to here to get to that place there to get all the way up to there to get all the way up to the mage tower. That's when we made sky. Yep, the sky barge. That was the first thing I made. And it's basically a roof upside down. That's why I made it just look like a barge. And that's when I laid the keel for the sky ship, similar to the one that's currently in my castle that I have on there now. That's what it looked like when it was done. Slightly improved upon the actual design. I made the base more curved and not so angular as what this one was last time. And I also did the air balloon a little different this time. Still impressive from the spawn point though. So as it is right now, I've got my sky tower and I've got the first sky ship moored. I haven't made the sky barge yet. I don't think I'll make the sky barge moored this time. I think I'll just build that as if it's over the actual castle somewhere. This is on top of the sky ship looking down. There's my son's little house. He literally claimed that area there. And my little brother, he started making a ginormous glass castle. As you see, he got about 1/3 done. And then work got more busy than he was expecting. Yep, that was North Spawn last map. This was a geometric design that I played with until I figured out to make it look good. After that, I made it into a template so I could remake it. This is the Sky Sword, so lava sword. Sit there, hear me out. Dad was talking about changing the sword that he has on his iron golem or his copper giant in the shopping district. He wanted to make it look more like a flaming sword. I'm like, well, you can make it this way. Pieces of glass at the base to go over and contain the actual lava, and just literally is lava flowing from top to bottom. I made that over my last shop, which was a small fort. Good water. Scusi. All right. So, yep. It says joining rabbit. Most of the time, whenever there was a shopping district, I made a small fort. I didn't do it this time around because the moderators and admin figured out a way to make it to where mobs do not spawn in the shopping district. So we didn't need a fort because in the early days of the map reset, mobs would spawn anywhere there's darkness, even in the shopping district. So there was quite a few times where people would run over to my fort which had a moat around it, and the drawbridge, which is the only way in and off. So we'd be on top of the top of the fort, enjoying killing the mobs underneath us. This is my current shop in the shopping district. Oh, look, the baby wants more attention again. All right, buddy, what do you want this time? Not food. So you probably want to change. Because you just ate, you probably want a new diaper. Alright, let's go with the other diaper. Calm down. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Yep, kid's annoying. Not that one. Try this one. Here you go. Just want to be rocked, huh? Figures. The fact that the baby just stops like that is really annoying because in real life, the kid would go over and be cooing or fall back to sleep, and you can know this one just stops. La la la. So yep, this is me on the current map. Alright, kid. I'm here. What do you want? Want food this time? Yep, it wants food. There you go. Enjoy. Enjoy a bottle. So like I said, I went over and made the geometric thing, and that's what I wanted to make my shop as. It is unique, it's highly noticeable, and I made it out of glowstone, so definitely don't have mobs spawning on my place. I also did the moat with kelp around it, because that was the first thing I sold, was dried kelp blocks. Because if you haven't figured it out yet, coal is not that common of an item to go over and dig up as it used to be. And coal is what I use to go over and make torches. This is where I dug out my pit for put the yin and yang fish on the ceiling. This is where I want to grow my blue and red trees, so the warp trees. So this is the new map, South Spawn. As you can see, still got a little bit of copper to them. That's whenever I placed them down and let them for oxidize out. That would look like that. This is the main gate from South Spawn on the current map. As you can see, the gate is not very well completed because it's literally just the gate and a little bit of the castle wall itself. This is one of the neighbors' houses. It's an impressive, and it's literally on a spit of land going out over a canyon area that wraps around. But that's what they wanted. It's an impressive looking house from a distance. As you see, this is where I continue with the castle wall building. This is where it dropped off. So this is the only corner that dropped down. So I basically just built it flat out because that level actually goes into my level that I have for the storage. And this is where I continued the castle wall going across. So I had planned on putting these at standard intervals all the way across, so 25 blocks to get another, I just forgot what they're called. These kids kept me up along with my daughter, so yep, it's great. She gets to turn it in tomorrow. We ain't got to worry about it until she has her first kid. By that point, it'd be a totally different ball of wax. Turrets, that's what they are. So turrets along the actual castle wall. I got to this point here, I'm like, that's actually not bad. It actually dips down here. And that's when I decided to make this into artwork. So I went to creative, figured out what colors I want, screenshotted it so I could then plan out. This is what the castle wall on the inside looked like. As you see, this is the section of the wall that I had blockaded off. I had my villagers. I only had 3 of them. I was able to convert 3 of the zombie villagers back into villagers. So I had them caged in down here. And this is where you can see the doorway that led into my storage. There's a short stairway going down. And there was the pond that I made. And I just plopped down trees. I would grow the tree, harvest the tree, and continue on. Got my sheepies. Slow but steady. I basically just took over the entire meadow. Yep. There's my daughter, and there's my neighbor. So Diadem's Castle. This is when I flattened out and I just blanked it. I flatlined it all the way down to this level here, which is 3 blocks above the water line. That was the bottom that I wanted, so I put the grass all the way across. And from there I started building. Using the blocks along with different color wool. So the Larry himself is all wool. That's a cross stitch pattern that I found. Built it all the way up. Once I got all the way up, then I went back. Once I got that done, I went back to continuing my castle wall all the way around. This is when I actually finished the front gate. So you got the proper gate and the actual turrets on either side. This is also when I figured out that if you do berry bush in the trench with wool over the top, you don't actually have to have a gate because mobs will not walk across that. So that's all I had for a castle wall. If you came out of the south spawn, looking back at my castle. This is at South Gate, looking back onto the castle. So North Gate is somewhere around here, just at a render distance. That's when I finished that part of the castle wall. As you see, I built back the dirt all along here, making it look like it's all natural as it flows, with the whole castle wall section there. I went over and took out the other columns, leaving just the central one, so the fish actually look like they're flowing around the central column. It also gave me more room to plant the trees on the bottom. So when I just finished the arena, this is after I'd finished the castle wall all the way around, and got the arena over here. I made the retaining wall, the arena here, and the waterfall, because it was a small pond here and a small pond there. All I did was connect the two. That's when I started the castle keep. The gray brick over here, that's where my villagers were at. That was their villager hut. This is also when I built the doorway in the pond and filled in the one down here. So now you have the walkway going all the way around the pond, and my entrance into there is via the pond. Just dive to the bottom. So I chose the highest point to go over and put the castle keep on. So my castle throne room floor is equal to the highest point on this hill. This is when I finished the castle throne room. So it looked like with the entire ceiling put in, lighting, along with all my neighbors' pennants that was given. So Dynam, my daughter, myself, and Blue Monkey. So what flag you want to have, go for it. This is when I started laying down, putting in the the Great Hall. I had to go over and backfill and raise. As I was doing that, I also put in the castle kitchen, which came in down here. Ah, yes, the Oriental shop. I honestly don't remember who this is off the top of my head. But it's one of the shops in the shopping district right now. They asked for my help figuring out how to go over and just how high they should go over and make it, how big the roof should be, lighting. So I helped them out a little bit. It looks impressive. This is me throwing down 64 blocks just to get up in the air to show you what I've been building so far. As you see, the first floor, the castle keep, and the second floor of the castle keep is done. The grass level is on top of the second floor. This is after I laid down. Good, the kid's done. Alright, take a nap, kid. Alright, annotate the time. Yep. Castle garden to go over and feed myself. And go over and get more villagers. As you see, the brick is gone. This is after I'd moved all the villagers inside. So now they slept in their bunk area here, bunk area here. That's why you have a golem on top and there, because the golems are all around the castle keep, because the castle keep is full of villagers. As you see, this is when I laid down the floor for the king's bed chambers. You came up the stairs. This is the war council room. This would be the library. This would be the walk-in closet area. That would be the water closet and the actual sleeping chamber. I'd also finished the upper garden. As you see, it's not 100% grown in because I literally put down dirt and grass started growing. Manicured that tree, one of the flowering azalea trees. As you see, this is when I had just done this with the stable. The stable area had 3 skeleton horses. That's when I had finished the upper area and put the roof on, and then built the roof leading over to the sky tower. This is when I base of the sky tower. I'd also put on the main entrance, so the stairs leading all the way up to the actual entrance going in. Terraform this area. Slowly but surely make my way around the castle. And that's when my daughter asked me to make her place. So I'm like, okay, I'll take a break and I'll make your place. So this is the base of the lighthouse. I made her house and the lighthouse to go with it. Going to find out this island is surrounded by you've got a canyon over here, and you've got a mine hole over here, a mine hole over here, and another mine hole over here. So every night, this entire place is surrounded by drowned. That's why we jack the entire thing up towards 1 block all the way around. You get on that platform there, and then jump over the 1 spot to get onto the actual spot. You cannot just jump out of the water onto there. Otherwise, that would be overrun by drowned. So this is where I continue building. Doing the spiral staircase all the way up along with the red and blue wood. Make it look like it's actually pulsating with power. I think it actually looks pretty cool for the stripe. Condensing it down as I went up until I got up to the actual light. Put the light in, then put the roof on. So that was it complete. And this is when I finished the sky tower. I found it humorous as I was building this, the cat kept going to the top every time as I was building. I'm like, okay, cat, you're gonna just get I guess you're gonna live on the tower. I don't know if it's smart enough to actually go back down again, but so be it. So made the sky tower. This is when I set my sights on making the ballroom. This is when I actually laid the floor plan. As you can see, it went from this to that. Laid out the floor plan again, how I actually wanted, what floor I wanted, where I wanted the flooring at, and the actual stairway going up to the 2nd level. That's the 1st level done, with the 2nd level around, where I actually wanted the actual supports. Continued the supports all the way up as I made the roof, and then made the roof all the way up. Didn't really like the way that roof looked. This was the area out front. This is, I raised it up a little bit to be on par with the actual ballroom. So if you come out the ballroom, you'll be right here on the grass. But I also made the area here underneath By raising that and then planting the tree, they gave me room to actually build the base of the tree to make it look like more of a great oak. New neighbor caved in next to the south gate. He dug into the mountainside and made his entranceway over one of the chasms. He put it with glass over the top of it. As far as I know, that's as far as he's gotten. I've yet to see him come back. Yeah, be votive branch. I saw him the other day, but I haven't seen him back on the server. Maybe they'll come back. It'd be great if they do. This is when I finished the King's Burial Chamber underneath the cathedral. I like the size of this, and this is the size I'm going to go with if I build it again. This was the finished gardens. Yes, I bounce around a little bit on my builds, mainly because I'm trying to figure out how I want to build it. And once I figure out how I want to build it, then I build it. Sometimes I start and take a break just to think about it, and then I go back to it. Like this one here, I was trying to figure out how did I want to go over and actually do the hedge maze. I'm like, it's outside the ballroom. It'd be a simple hedge maze for people just to go, walk outside, to go for the music and the other people to converse, but still have the privacy of the hedges. I've seen that at quite a few places. And of course, laying out the base of the tree made it to where it actually hides the entrance to the secret garden underneath. I was going for a compass look pointing north. I don't know if it really came out that way, but that's what I was going for. Looking through one of the arrow eyelets on the castle wall. It's a unique look. So I placed down my banner so I can go over and screenshot it. And then from there, I went over and put it into grid. And then I condensed the grid to figure out just how I wanted to go over and make my central fountain feature. And that's what it looked like. So I took this and made it into this. It's a simplified version of Larry. Once I got done with that, I then got frogs. So I made a chamber for my frogs to go over and chill in. So I have my two frogs down here. Yes, this is underground, but I keep these two frogs separate from everything else so that if I lose the other frogs, I still have these two frogs to make more frogs. Using the skull or the shoot skulk. Looks unique under the water. And that's where I got the tadpoles. And this is when I finished the market area. So these are my two-story market townhouses. Found these when I was over in England. They would have the shop downstairs with storage in the back with their house above it. So a small apartment above their shop. So I thought that was pretty cool. Nice idea. So I made 4 of them along with the banking location and the small stands. This is inside the Jack of all trade hall, which is here next to south entrance. As you see, this is everything I've built so far. This is also when after I finished the inn. I guess I didn't take any pictures of the inn, or is it later? Either way. Yes. This is standing on top of the castle keep looking out over the king's forest with the lighthouse just at the render distance. Like sea of green. This is when I logged the Latin long of where to find clay. and the terracotta. Yes, I dug out this entire pit. Yep, there's the inn with my foxes. So the fox is modeled after a Minecraft Lego set. I went on lego.com, I found the blueprints for their Lego set and modified it into a Minecraft set. So if you want to go over and build one, all you gotta do is let me know. I'll send you the literally. It's just like a Lego blueprint where it's you lay these pieces down on the grid. I have it just like that. You start with this, you put these on top of that point, these on top of that point, and it's you just follow it. You'll be able to make one of these, and then you decorate the inside how you want. This is when I started the Mage Tower. The Mage Tower is still inside of my claim area, but it's outside the castle itself. It is on top of the mountain that's nearby. I took the castle wall, angled it this way to not have it go over and then all the way up and over the mountain here, which is kind of annoying to do. So I literally just catty cornered it. So this is my, sun rises in the east. So this is the east entrance. And the one by the inn is the west entrance. Sun rises in the east, sets in the west. So as you see, come out there, go straight up the stairs, and go right up that way. Goes right in. So made the first layer, and then the house part of it. I then made the walkway going, spiral staircase going down, and then across to here on the castle wall. So you can actually go on the inside of the castle wall, take the entrance here, go down, across, and then spiral staircase up into the mage tower. Or you can go outside the castle wall and then in. This one I did differently because I used these for like ley line power lines going up the actual outside of the mage tower. So from a distance, as you watch this, it actually pulsates all the way up. This is when I updated the map to add the mage tower. And also added on 2 more map pieces to show just how far away everything is. This is when I laid the keel for the skyship. Yes, it's that far away from the actual tower because of the fact that this is the keel and I'm still adding on to the outside of the ship, but I built it far enough away to where the outside of the ship is actually moored against the stops, like a ship actually would be. As you see, the bottom of this one already looks different than the first one I built. Engines are higher up. The actual underside is more linear and not so angular, especially on the backside. So as you see, went with a different design for the actual, like I said, pretty close. Went with a white stripe along with the diorite. Anchor points for the actual on. I mean, that realistically would probably be more of a real skyship. This is the log cabin I was requested to go over and make. So they wanted to make a small community of everybody on the map having a small plot of land along a central road. So everybody, if they wanted to hang out, would have a place to do so. So I went with this style because there was a whole bunch of trees here. I'm like, I'll use those trees and just make it into a log cabin. So that's what I did. I went with a standard log cabin style with the small plot of land for farm next to it, along with the root cellar underneath it. This is not too different than something you find out in the western United States area. You'll find out in the middle of the woods. Yep, this is my shot of the actual storage area. This is most recent finish. I built a road to Diadem's place, which is my nearest neighbor, back to my place. So I helped him go over and build this bridge over the actual chasm area into the side of his massive castle. He went with just a straight flat face. Didn't go over and break it up any. So helped him go over and make this, bring it all the way over. Once it hit there, a little bit of terraforming, and also it comes all the way down here, and then goes up this way, over this pond, because you got water flows down. The water flew down, and it actually stopped like right here. So I broke the 2 blocks to have it cascade further down and filled in this entire thing, as the pond actually would. So from here it goes up and across, and from there keep on going this way, and then here, and then into the mountain, where you go all the way through the mountain, all the way to the other side, as you see, until you get to this end. From here you just follow the path. It literally does an S-turn to right over here, which is where my west entrance to the castle is. And there's my purple cow. Let me know that I'm at the end of the slideshow. So yep, that took an hour just to go over and reminisce on what I've built so far. So with that, we'll jump into the actual castle area. We'll get some music going, and I'll give you a quick tour of the castle, and then I'll call it a night. Music. Flowers Forest TM perfume. Well, you gotta find something to sell at the shopping district, right? Multiplayer, back to Wabbit! And back down the rabbit hole. And it's just me. Figures. So as I was saying, this is my little area down here where I go over and grow my trees, and there's my yin and yang on the ceiling. There's my fish. There's like 69s that know yin and yang. Yep, still empty. Daytime good. As you see, there's some Larry from the inside. Yep, good old south spawn right there. And my castle. One of my new neighbors. Yep, this is my main entrance. See the dirigible from here, the skyship. He's still down there. So while I'm at it, might as well go over and show you the castle. Gray keeps you on the wall, black takes you down to the ground. So, another neighbor there. They built down and over. Somebody came in, built that, and they haven't been back since, so I'm not exactly sure what they're doing with that. Yeah, King's Forest. Yep. So there's Melody's place. Launch one of these to get over there. So we jump from up there, on top of Larry, all the way over to here. So that's the lighthouse. Sparkly. It's a cute little place that I made for her. There's the base. Thinking about going back and adding the beacon in the center, going all the way up. So I went over and I left it as a center point. Can actually go over there and show all the way up. That'd be right there. Yep, there's the glass. From center all the way up to there. So all I gotta do is knock out that point right there, put a piece of glass in, and it'll be a beacon all the way up. This is how you make a lighthouse with a no-tick server. Just give it a piece of redstone being traded from one to the next, and I sit there and just run it around and around in circles, lighting up. So this would be the top. The top of the mage tower here is equal to the top of the turret over there on the wall. Got another neighbor who lives right over there. He literally flattened off the jungle, terraced that into his crops, and built a house there. Got another neighbor that started there. They started their house, haven't come back. It's kind of disappointing. People go over and they're like, oh man, this server needs to be more populated. Why is it not so busy? Like, because people don't come back, and I don't know why. This is a really nice build server. I know some people haven't come back because we don't allow griefing. Okay. Not expecting that, but hey, cool, it works. I'm on the other side of the castle, over by Southgate. Like I said, they're supposed to branch location. Maybe they'll be back, maybe they won't. We'll see. We'll go home. Nope, not dark enough yet. So from there we'll head up. Actually, we'll go down first. Down here is where I keep my frogs. See, you got 2 frogs. Gave them a nice little roof. Looks like they're outside. They seem happy. As I was mining, I came across this natural circle. I'm like, cool. I'll modify it. So. Happy frogs. Go this way. Up. Brings you into the castle keep. Down here is my dungeon. So, we've got Warden's Station and all the different cells. Arrow loots. Yeah, you think it's a window to perpetual darkness. Being in the dungeon, you don't lose track of time. Second deck is where the villagers go over and are at. Got a lot of villagers. I'm not exactly sure where they keep running off to. Guessing most of them are over here. This would be closer to the books. I have a farmer and a librarian. Where are the rest of them? So as you see, I redid the roof, raised it up, gave it stained glass, put in the actual chandeliers, and I've got I got 2 out of 3 walls covered with books. Because this is the library over the actual ballroom. Go up from here to the guest bed chambers. For other, I guess I just need to make more villagers. The other end here is the gardens that are on top of the Great Hall. Up here, like I said, I've built it, I just haven't gone over and decorated it. I know, I'm bad at that. I like building. So, I'll get to the decorating. I decorated the bathroom at least. Bathtub. Out onto the actual terrace. Head back down. Brings you into the throne room. The throne room leads into the Great Hall. Hey, little buddy, you're supposed to be asleep right now. What do you got? Bookshelf, paper, huh? I can do that. And okay. Shifted music. Food on the tables. Giant wheel of cheese. Peas and peas and mashed potatoes. I know. I'm playing with them. But like any good hall like this, you would have the castle cook area. So the kitchen down here. Fresh chicken and eggs. So any of the scraps from the kitchen would actually go feed those along with pigs. We got the market right over here. Like I said, the shop downstairs. The people that actually own the shop above. There is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. We'll work with it though. Cake stand. Wow. Your bed's right there, really? I mean, come on. Jousting pit. The arena. People like looking at the foxes. Sleepy foxes. So decorate the inside. Modified it a little bit, but it actually looks good. Okay. Okay. Why are you inside? Really? This is the end, and it's multiple little rooms all the way around. I got a job block for every bed in the place. So this should be full of actual useful villagers. This goes down to the tavern, the storage area for the tavern. Giant kegs. Leads into here. They're just holding a meeting on the tables. Yeah, you ain't got a job. How did you get in the table? Really? How did you manage this? That's impressive, dude. There's just a chest outside my castle wall. And it's literally just outside my claim. Okay. This is the Jack of all trade hall. I went with a 2-story design this time, made it more compact. This is the castle so far. That reminds me, I need to go over and update that. That sounds like a little villager. Do we have a little villager? Yep, we got a little villager. Good. Yeah. Go to school. This actually was entertaining to go over and put in. Step up to it. Got enough just to go over there and actually do any enchanting you want to do. Six raw cod and an emerald, you'll cook the cod for me. I can go over and do that for you. I'm good, Dud. Golem. 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 Artwork. Honeybees. Update. Alright, that's filled in properly now. Alright, go put it back. Nope, you're not getting my food. There we go. Now we've got the road leading to the entrance to the cave tunnel. It goes through the mountains that way. Oh, I got half the pond. There we go. Now we got the full pond. Yeah, slowly but surely I'm getting things done. Got a gigantic white brick that is the skyship. So as I add those things in, it's just going to be like an oval showing where the different things are. That's going to be funny. So cows are there, pigs are there, and as you can tell, because of all the nibble marks, that's where the sheep are at. 2 sleeping foxes. Yeah, other than walking around on the ship itself, that's basically my castle. Go do that. As you see, I'm not done with the terracing here yet. There's gonna be more housing. More houses across here. And I think I'll leave this for like a park area, because this up here, this area here, is gonna be where they're gonna be building the next skyship. I'm gonna put cranes in. Let's actually go over do that. And all of my cows. Oh yeah, Sky Tavern. Got the Sky Tavern in here. Sky Priest. Not sure where the cartographer ran off to. It's a nice place though. But in here is how you get your goods up and down from the skyship. So unless you land the ship on the ground, just more up to the tower. This is designed after an actual ship. This is designed after a three-masted frigate. Cabin boy, captain's stateroom. So, first mate or bosun's mate, along with the navigator, they would have their own bunk room separate from the other officers, because they're basically second in charge. Next one down will be the officers. So officers' bunk room. And at the end of the ship, or the other end of the gun deck, would be the wardroom. Under the gun deck would be crew's berthing, along with storage up forward and the galley. And then under the galley, well, under that area would be the lowest level of the boat. So this is engineering along with cargo. So, and of course you gotta have the crow's nest. I left this open so people can actually see how I built it. Normally this would be closed. But that gets you all the way to the crow's nest. Again, the mage tower over there. All the way to the bow. Looking down on everything. But it's an hour and a half. I think that's good for tonight. I am tired. I know my daughter's tired. This baby is annoying as hell, because it's not like a real kid. It's pre-programmed to be random as hell, and there's no tells. It just wakes up and is annoying. But it is a final exam grade. So with that, I'll go back into here. Down below. Cool. I'm gonna call it a night. A skeleton popped out. It scared everyone. So, made it to this far into the video. Appreciate it. I know most of you go over and watch it after the fact instead of while I'm actually playing. Either I'm at odd hours for you or something like that. Either or, somewhere between. This is the cotton anniversary. 2 years of doing Twitch. First year of doing YouTube streams. Taking my Twitch streams, just put them on YouTube. If you're interested in that, same name, just on YouTube. Later, y'all. See you tomorrow.